Right, here we go, guys.
I could have gone and played Tottenham today.
Why?
But I'd rather do this.
Good for you.
Hello and good morning. Welcome to a live day of full builds, chat, chit chat, being on YouTube, being on Facebook shortly if I can make it work. Apparently I have to have this one running first, and everywhere else joining the crew. Here we are for some, modelling, chat and whatever, isn't it? As well as having a nice sale and the bits and pieces. Nice to be back. In fact, it's 2 months since we did our last one, only because it tells me on the system. The last time we did it was the 25th of June.
Was it really?
It was actually. It was 2 months almost to the day that we last did this. So yes, good job. Very nice. Good morning to everybody. Good morning to obviously to the Flory members, which you've all piled out of bed nice and early, including David. What time is it over there, David? Jesus.
2 in the morning or something.
I think it must be. Absolutely. Right, just before we get going everywhere, if guys in the live chat can give us a bit of a thumbs up, thumbs down for the sound thing, so everybody make some noise. Talk, Andy.
Morning.
Hello. Hiya. Hello.
2 a.m.
That was not a bad guess there, was it? It was bang on 2 o'clock.
Yeah.
Yes.
I haven't put my front lights on. Can you see me all right?
Yeah, no, you're looking very nice. You've got your fake tan on, a bit of makeup. It's got his, what do they call it? The one that dulls you down.
That's my blood pressure that makes me go like that. And all the other drugs.
That's it. Sound is all good. I did change my battery. I know we were live the other day. I think it was when me and Matt were on, wasn't it? And people were saying my sound was up and down. So hopefully I've cured that now because I've changed the battery and I don't think my mic was plugged in properly, if I'm honest. It did seem to fall out quite easily. So, but anyway, we're all loud and clear. And hello and good morning to everybody who is in YouTube land as well. We are live as well for the subscribers on the YouTube side of things. We're all good down in there. And the only thing I haven't done, the guys for Patreon, we're live this morning, but I haven't put the link up for this afternoon because it wouldn't let me do 2 links in one place for some reason. So Patreon people, when you want this afternoon's one between, 12 and 2, I will redo the link for it. So you'll get it there as well. So yes, look, Lynn's at 3 o'clock in the morning over there. Very early, very, very early.
Isn't it? Committed to the cause.
That's very, very good.
Or just committed.
Committed.
Yes,
Yeah.
He's been committed. Yes, definitely. But yes. So anyway, trust you're all doing very well. It is a bank holiday weekend here in the UK. So if you're on bank holiday weekend, it seems to have got gorgeous weather for it. It is totally blue sky out there. It's currently a balmy 17 degrees, and I can live with that. I haven't even got my fan on. Look, it's not even plugged in. So that's pretty good, unless it suddenly goes up to like 30 in here and then I'll be sweating. But we're all good. So hopefully you're okay. We do have a couple of things going on just before we get going with stuff. Obviously, PM side of things. We've got our 25% off this little lot. Now, as I say, we've got it on all the Zvezda. It's 25% off. So if you want to grab any of those kits, they're all brand new, sealed and all the rest of it. These aren't damaged boxes or extra view samples or anything else like that. That is all new stuff down in there from Zvezda. We've also got some great stuff with Trumpeter as well. This is all 25% off. So we've got the gorgeous Hind, we've got the Warthog, the Wellington, so forth and so on. We've got some 109s as well, the big 30-second ones. We've got the one that I'm repairing right now, which is this kit in one frame or another, or is it that one? One or the other as well. And all these other kits from Trumpeter is down in here, as you can see, lots and lots of stuff, and it's all 25% off. So if you want to grab these, this will be ending. When's it ending? Monday night.
Yeah.
Monday night. All right. So we've got all of those down in there just like that. Of course, it's a long way of scrolling. There's 200 items down in there. We know that because we can't add any more. And come on, website worky. There we go. We've got the special offer section as well. So in here we've got some other great ones. We've got that Great Wall Hobbies, slightly damaged box one as well for the Ghost of Kiev down in there, and plus about all the cars, and all these are the damaged box sections as well down the bottom, and the other bits and pieces, and say really slightly damaged stuff, and a few other goodies thrown in there for good measure, some extra view samples, things like that. So they are all down in there. So if you want to grab any of those, and then also there's 10% off all kits, and the discount code will be automatically added at checkout. And it doesn't include, obviously, everything else is on offer at the moment, i.e. 25% off section, things like that. So we've got all of those. Plus the fact flooring products are available as well. And they are all 10% off down in there. And also on the Flooring Model store, if you want to get them down in there, we've got the washes, what's left of the sanders and the pigments as well is all 10% off. So if you want to grab anything from there throughout the day, support it. Or you could buy a t-shirt. We've got the polo shirts. We've got the aprons. We've got the mouse mat, which comes with all the sticker set, card set and everything else as well. So that is down in there as well. So if you want to grab any of the items, feel free, you can grab those. We are in the chat room as well. So people, if you want to grab ourselves in the chat down in there, you can obviously post up in there. Obviously, you can post up and ask questions over here on the live chats as well. But again, usual thing, if you don't get an answer, it's nothing personal. It's just that it moves so quickly when we do these. It's almost impossible for us to scroll back and go and get them. So don't take it personally, just keep posting it up. And then when we see it, we will answer it. So again, I know some people getting annoyed thinking we're not talking to YouTube or we're not talking to wherever. It's not that, it moves so quick. It's nigh on impossible for us to keep up with it. So yes, if you want to get any things and bits and pieces, then post up your questions. So what we all do this morning then, let's start. Andy, what are you going to be doing?
I'm going to be carrying on with my T34. I've just cut the sprue gates off to make the jig to make the tracks.
Very nice.
I'm going to have an enjoyable morning making tracks.
Wow, living on the edge.
Yeah.
Careful with that one. Nathan, what are you going to be doing?
Because the SIG finishes in a few days, I think I best finish off my pair of F16s.
Yes.
So they're in wash at the moment, so I'm on final assembly of a couple of F16s.
Very, very nice indeed. And Matt, what are you going to be doing?
I'm doing F16 as well. I'm decaling my Danish one. Seeing that, like Nathan's just said, it finishes in a few days. So yes, I'm going to do my most, thing I look forward to most decaling today. Luckily, there ain't that many of them, but we're going to try out our old Esky decals.
Right. Okay.
See how they stand up. To be honest with you, I've actually just soaked a few and they've come off absolutely fine. So I don't think there are going to be any issues at all with them. But yeah, so shame you don't get this yellow sort of backing paper anymore, isn't it?
You don't see that anymore, do you? I thought it's just where your paper had yellowed after all these years.
No, that's to disguise that when they get old. You see, that's forward thinking from Esky back in the day. Wonder who did it. Wonder if it was Cartograph then, or if they did their own.
I don't know, to be honest.
Good question to ask, because Esky used to do quite a lot, didn't they? And then their aftermarket ones as well. They did extra decals in back in the 80s, I think. So I wonder if they were their own decals or somebody else did them. But I don't know how old Cartograph is as a company, you see.
Yeah, I don't know where they started either. There you go. Quick, write that one down. We could do a history on Cartograph.
Well, you've got the pad, you write it down.
Me? What, the pad that I keep forgetting and like tearing pages off with all the notes on? Yeah, that one. Brilliant.
Yeah. You know what you need? A whiteboard.
I do. I need a whiteboard. I have got one down in the office downstairs, but as I say, I haven't got one here or upstairs either. But yeah, the unit's got a big whiteboard on it, and at the moment it's basically empty because it's too hot to go down there. But
well, I'm just thinking, now you've got an empty cabinet, you could move a cabinet out and put a whiteboard there.
So the reason I got an empty cabinet, for people who don't know, was this little mishap. I know obviously members and patrons and everything else saw this. I did a video onto it where my display cabinet collapsed. So actually what you can see down here, this is a glass shelf and it landed on the carrier, which has totally destroyed the carrier. Basically, that's beyond repair. And unfortunately, Nathan's little Newport that he made me build a few years ago now, that got mullered as well. So that's had it. And the rest of these are literally like this. And again, I try and rescue and just generally, as you can see down in here, I went through the motions of trying to get them all out. Because I couldn't open the door because this glass is right up against it and these models are hanging in front. It's a bit like that thing in your beer fridge. When one bottle falls forward, how'd you get it out? So I had that syndrome. But yeah, so some bits got away lighter than others. Some bits definitely didn't. So really, my plan of action is to literally put them together. Oh, camera's playing up. Come on, work camera. Whack. No, hold on. We need to whack the camera. There we go. Come on, camera. You can do it. There we go. So what I've got down here in front of me let me stop that playing because that's very distracting, is all the stuff that is going to be repairable and everything else today. So to be honest with you, the sub got away very, very lightly. I'm amazed that was all fine. So considering that was underneath it, that was no problem at all, really. German, obviously, Russian engineering. The Hellcat, as we've been pointing out, it's a strong beast in real life. Well, that took a good clump as well. See, the gears all been sheared off of the actual hubs. So for the wheels, but again, we can put that. So we're going to be putting that all back together. And I'm going to give him a clean because this little guy is one of my oldest ones. It's taken a good old wallop as well. Yeah, technically the wing fold should probably be more around the other way, but it's sort of holding itself together via that arm. But again, it's filthy. So I'm going to do some cleanup works with these as well. And this little guy, unfortunately, has taken a hit. The skids have come off. We're going to have to pin the rotors. So I'm going to go about doing that one a little bit later. There's a couple of little bits as well been knocked off the actual little baby F-35. And there's a couple of pitos and a weapon rack and things like that that have come off of the actual MiG as well. So my plan of action is I'm going to put those together. So, yes, be a lot of fun. But,
I think before we came online, I was saying to Phil that the C-File was the first one I actually followed along with. The first video I built to follow along with on the site.
I think I'm with you with that, to be honest, because I bought a C-File and built it when I'd seen Phil. So there you go. So
I don't know how old that video build actually is. It's one of the first of the new breed of ones. It's when we came onto YouTube, because before we had our own server, because, well, YouTube wasn't invented then. And if you did, I think you could only put up like 10-minute videos. So that one was one of the first ones that actually came onto YouTube, and it was done with the Airfix magazine as well. So, but yes, beautiful kit. We were saying before we came online, a lot of people have built that one, and it is a really nice, straightforward banging kit. So.
You know, this 10-minute video with YouTube back in the day doesn't really change, does it?
Well, not really. Everyone's stuck to that format.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it? For a attention span of about 10 to 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah. Well, they do call it the MTV generation because obviously a video normally for a music video is 5 minutes, isn't it? So that's what the attention span of a millennial is. Yes.
We're not millennials and we've got that attention span.
Well, I tell you what, speaking of like our generation, I was watching the ELO concert last night on Sky Arts.
Well, I'll back up a bit. I'm my generation.
So, yes, that's it. It's the bit where you're looking at the crowd and they all look like they're going to smell a tenor lady.
Well, I bet there was not what was it now? ELO now?
Yes.
Or a few years ago, because I know it did a bit of a comeback. I suppose the crowd weren't there with just their phones on, though, recording it, were they?
Well, there was a lot of them doing it, but not as many
was
as
it?
Obviously what the younger people will just stand there with a phone and record it. But yeah, no, that's it.
I know it's a generational thing and don't understand I know Dudder, but I can't see the point of going to a concert to try and watch it for a phone and then you watch it back and the sound's crap.
Yeah.
You're there for the moment, aren't you?
Yes,
You're not,
absolutely.
Do you know what I mean? A concert to me, you're watching the band and then it's a memory thing and, when you stood there trying to record it.
Have you seen that clip of the balloon with the fireworks below it?
No.
So it's at a big festival and somebody's filming it from the back and they've got their phones and they're all like this, right? And they're all like literally, all you can see is phones and hands holding it up. And this balloon is lifting this basket up that's full of fireworks. So obviously you know what's going to happen. The balloon catches fire, drops to the ground. They're still filming it as it explodes on the ground. And when the rockets all start firing at them, they're still filming it until they get hit. And then they all run. But I'm thinking, you know what's going to happen and you're still going to film it to the last possible second. But
yes, because then it's going to get views on social media, isn't it?
Well, this is it. But you've got 20,000 people filming it. That's the thing. So,
is that a Burning Man, Phil? Or?
I can't remember where it is now, but yeah, I saw it the other day. I didn't really read the description. I was just watching it, and it just dropped down this balloon because obviously the balloon pops, falls to the ground, and it just explodes in a ball of fireworks going everywhere, and people are still filming it. So, never mind.
Yeah. Adam Reeve in chat says, thanks to Andy and Matt for helping with my SU-27 delivery. Supposed to arrive this morning.
Hopefully.
To be fair, I was not expecting any posts to come out today. I thought the way they were talking on the news was it was just priority posts that was going out. So obviously, PM model was a priority.
Well, I did, to be honest with you, though, I spoke to John last night, and obviously he's a poster. And like he said, they didn't have a pickup yesterday, so they've only got Thursdays to do.
Yeah.
I've got double post.
Do you know what I mean? So he said you don't think he'll be that busy today? Because I said, oh, you're going to get like double deliveries, aren't you? But if they haven't done a thing from pickup, then he's not, is he? So look, Barry's got his turned up as well. So hopefully everybody, they've gone out. All your SUs have gone out.
It's not just the posters that are walking the streets have been on strike, is it? It's also the ones in the centres. So there's nothing been sorted
processed.
out. So.
Yeah, there's no processing yesterday, was it?
Just an heads up while everybody's watching as well, is they're back on strike on Wednesday. So obviously that all your orders that you're doing over this weekend from PM and stuff, it's bank holiday on Monday. We're back in on Tuesday and we'll process, as many as we can do. And then obviously Wednesday there's no pickup, so I'm going to change my days, as in when I do my day off filming, to Wednesday, and then we'll be back in. So you will get them. It just obviously can't help strikes and stuff, but yeah, they will be done and out as soon as possible. That's it. Boring bit out of the way. Carry on.
Yeah, John's working this morning. Just to answer that question from David, where's John? He's working. So because he was on strike yesterday.
For a change, yeah.
Yeah, because he was like, we blame John for all of this.
Oh my God! Look at that Nigel's thingy turned up yesterday.
Yeah, I saw that. I saw him post on the forum. Yeah.
And posted was in civvies. Oh, so they were. I know some of them was working.
Yeah.
Is that what they were doing? All the ones that are working were in civvies, so they didn't get,
They did
commented at.
They mentioned that it turned up earlier than it normally does. So I wonder if you went in early doors in a civvies to get the van and load the van up and
disappear
so
quick.
you get in front
At least it's turned up, so that's good. That is good. What do you reckon to the kit, Nigel? Because you're building a load of them, aren't you, at the minute, P40s?
John working, when did that start? This is true.
It's all in his head.
Yes.
Yeah.
Will we be getting the new Great Wall Hobbies SU30 SM in the store?
It's in, isn't it?
I was going to say, we have it.
We did have it. If we weren't sold out of it, I'm sure we have it. Came in the other day.
Shall I have a look?
Which one?
I'm sure. Is that in YouTube chat?
Yeah.
SU30.
Great Wall Hobbies, we've had a huge, if you didn't see the Thursday shows, you can see we've had a massive restock.
All the SMs in there.
Yeah, SM there. It's in the middle. With the red thing on the side.
Not anymore. You've gone on. You've come on, Andy.
Hey?
There it is.
No. Here it is.
Yes. So we have it in stock. So if you want to grab it, it's there.
And it's 10% off today. So
and it's 10% off. So yes, you save yourself a tenner there. Look, grab
Yeah.
it. Because as we were pointing out, the trouble is prices are going up through the roof at the moment. And obviously we have no control over it. So if you want these things,
James, the Sanders are no more.
No, unfortunately.
That's it. Gone.
It's gone.
Deleted. So
it's all right. Matthew's going to grab one.
Someone did mention that they've been away from the site for a while and asked why we're not doing any Sanders anymore.
Just to answer this one openly, as I said before, we've covered this many, many times, so I'll get it out of the way now. The reason for not doing Sanders, and I know a lot of people are upset about it. In fact, I've had a bit of abuse from it, if I'm being honest, with people like, why? It's not viable for me to do it. As I said, if I was selling a nail file like most companies do, I can pick them up for pence. But because we had ours manufactured to a certain grit and to a grade and all the bits and pieces as we did, then it costs a lot more. And then because of the way that the world is at the moment and shipping costs and things like that, there's not much in it. So it means I'd have to put the price up to a point where honestly it wouldn't be viable. So that's the point. Also, there is the thing, beginning of the year, as a lot of you know, I had a bit of a health scare. So, we still have to, even though I don't personally make the Sanders, it's not like I'm here making them up, but when they come in, they have to be packaged up. They need to be labeled and sorted. They get sent out and all the bits and pieces, and that's me. So it was one of those things, and something needed to give in the great scheme of my hours in a day. And because of the amount of profit that's made in them is so small, that it was just a case of we might as well just not bother doing them. And I know I can put my time and efforts into other stuff we do make some money on, to be honest, like the washes and the pigments and obviously the merchandise, and obviously with the site and with PM as well, that's more worth doing. And that's really why. So, it wasn't just about money. We don't make any money on them. But the thing is, the cost of them really went up by 200% in the last 3 years to make them. So that was the price I was paying. I never put the price up. You just get to that point, it's not viable, it's not worth it. So that's why we got dropped.
Anyway, got a bag full of used sanders for a good price and go stop being.
This is true.
Ed Green says maybe PM could stock the Infinity sanders.
Are they the next best thing, are they?
I'd never used them, couldn't tell you.
Because that's the other thing as well. I will say, a lot of people have said to me, because I can't get yours now, what do I recommend? I don't know, because being selfish, I've got enough to last me till I die. So I'm not going to be using other people. I will still use my sanders, so I can't really comment. So it'll be one of those things. You have to go out and take your pick and your choices and stuff like that. But obviously, I'm not going to go out and use other people's sanders when I've kept enough to keep me going forever.
Yeah, you're going to have to figure this one out for yourselves, peeps.
Yes. So, a lot of, like we've said before, a lot of people have said about, what would I recommend and everything else. It's very, very difficult because, as I say, as far as I'm aware, and maybe one other company, which aren't in the UK, before someone says something like that, is that every other sander that's out there is commercially available as a nail file. They just cut them to a different size or shape or something else like that and call them their own. So as far as I was aware, we're the only one who had its own grade of sanders, which isn't the generic ones that you see everywhere else. So again, but it's gone now, unfortunately. It is done.
Paul's asked about the Posh Wash. Any news on the Posh on the new Posh Wash? There's a lot going on in the background, isn't there, Phil?
Yeah, basically. I'll be honest with you. It's one of those things. We've had to do some changes with the colouring purely because the pigment manufacturer, as you know, is a bit. But we've got something else which is coming through now, which is going to be a new thing. Without giving too much away, because it is very early stages. But the thing is, it's got to go through the testing process. So it's a bit like now it's here, but it needs to make sure it's still going to work in 6 months' time. Because there's no point having a product and then it dies and it's not going to work in 3 months because everyone will be upset. So it needs to go through a long testing and all the rest of it. To be honest, the guys are going to get sent some, and I've got some of the members on the forum as well. I've asked, so they will get sent some samples out to them. They can play with them, their heart's content, for a little while, and then hopefully we'll get something. The information comes back, it's all as good as I'm thinking it is, and once I'm happy, then obviously we'll make full announcements and things like it in the future. But yes, there is more weathering stuff coming down the line.
I've got a prototype to try as soon as, which I'm looking forward to.
Yeah.
So,
but you say we've got some interesting stuff coming down the line, but it's wash based and weathering based rather than sanders and things like that. Because as I say, sanders and stuff that's done outside. It's external that are made for me and stuff like that, or used to be. So consequently, it's one of those things. Washes now, I still make myself. I really do make those by hand. I bottle them by hand. We label them by hand. Every single one of those washes you get, around about 14 to 15,000 bottles a year. I personally touch every single one. So, because I know it, I don't trust anybody else to do it.
Does that make it a bespoke
Yes,
model?
It probably does. It is quite funny. You think of all these years, like 10 years of doing it now, and over 10 years. What are we now? Must be 15 years, something like that, of doing the wash. I've poured every single one, barring a couple of hundred a few years ago. And then we had a few problems with those couple of hundred, so I swore I'd never let anybody else do it again. So.
You're just a control freak.
Well, yeah, it is that as well. So
yeah. Right. Do some deckling. Morning, Rob. By the way. Just listen to that.
We've got a question from Barry on the forum. Chap, he's got the AK 3rd Gen paints. He's got all the paints, thinners, cleaners, primer, varnish, etc. from your good selves, Matt. He's used it yesterday and he can't get the thinning ratio correct. He normally uses MRP, but did an acrylic range too. Any advice on how to thin the acrylics?
I do it about 60-40 thinners. 60% thinners and 40% paint. You've got to do it a little bit thicker than obviously MRP's like really thin. You can't thin Gen 3s to that level. It's just too thin for acrylic. So I'm not brilliant at doing ratios. I just eyeball it half the time and it seems to work. So, but I would probably say, like I say, 60% of their thinners and 40% paint, and you should be good to go. You're going to have a practice with it because it's not one of them paints I don't think you can just go with. You need to work stuff out, and then you'll get a balance, and it's like it'll be all right. But yes. just try that. Just try that ratio first and go with that and see what you think. It looks really thick. I know it sounds daft, but it looks really thick, but it sprays lovely. It's just that mindset of obviously using sort of lacquer-based paints. They're really, really thin, and then trying to change that to using acrylics again it's quite an ed. Yeah, something to get your head round.
Yes.
What do you think, Phil?
Yeah, no, as I say, I haven't really used them, like we said, but I know it's a question we get asked a lot about thinning ratios and also what to thin with, because we get it on the other shows, don't we? And like I always refer to what, because you've used them more than anybody I know. And but yeah, I would say either they're thinners as always, isn't it?
Thinners works really, really good. If not, X28 is a really good one. I think that's like alcohol-based thinners, to be honest.
Yes.
And Barry's just put some up about the primers. To be honest with you, the primers I need normally, depending on how much primer I'm mixing, but I actually tend to not put that much thinners in that, to be honest. I only put a couple of drops in.
Yeah.
Depending on how much I'm mixing, do you know what I mean? I have showed it on a video or two, but you want that a little bit thicker, to be honest. You can use that straight out of the bottle, but I think you need a bigger needle setup to do it.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to go through something like a 0.2, is it?
I just prefer to put a bit of thinner, because it acts as a bit of a retarder as well, so it just goes down nicer.
Do you have to bump up the pressure on the airbrush a bit?
Yes, you do, to be honest, but not a lot. Not a lot.
Paul Daniels, not a lot.
You don't want it like Phil used to have it at like 80 psi or whatever, where you're just hanging on to it for dear life. It's not that bad, but it's
all right. Very true, though.
You do want to crank it up a little bit, but it's actually quite forgiving stuff. It's not bad actually. It's all right. So yeah, no, 50-50 is way. Yeah, no, you want like 10% thinners, something like that, 10-15% thinners in it. So it's just, you've got to think, right, that the primer, I think, is actually kind of ready, airbrush ready, if that makes sense. It's thinner. The paints are brushables. That's what they're designed for, but obviously they can cross over to spray. So think of like model colour.
Yeah.
Flare model colour thickness. They're very, very thick.
Mm-hmm.
So obviously they want thinning accordingly to get through your airbrush.
Yes. Fine. Just to point out what I'm doing before somebody asks. So these are the ones that got broken, as you can see. So what I've just done, taken the wing off because it was hanging off anyway. And this one, to be honest, it's very, very old. It's been kicking around now for so long that it's got a big layer of dust. So obviously what I tend to do is I come along with my little flicky duster first, and this just gets rid of the bigger surface dust off absolutely everything. Right, so flick that off out of the way. And then we've just got out of shot over here is a tiny little bit of water, which is just here. So it's a bit like dry brushing, really. You're dry brushing the dust off. Load up your brush with some water. Get rid of most of it. You're not going to be putting water on your model, so you get rid of most of it just like this. All right, and then literally what you're going to do is just be coming along and just take the dust off. All right, and that will de-dust your model completely. And then you can probably see it on here. This is going brown, and this is the dust literally coming off. So then just re-wet your brush, wash it out again, and then dry it off until you've hardly got anything on. And you go over your clear parts, you can go over everything. This is a great way of getting dust off of the model. But if you come on like here, we've just made a wet mark too much. So again, but this is on the actual walkway stripe. So a little bit more just to make sure it comes all the way through. Obviously at the front. And you're literally going to be going around getting it all off. Once you've been everywhere with it, go back with the original one again and just give it a flick off as well. And that's literally all you need to do. I wouldn't go in there with, I know some people use airbrush cleaner and various things watered down, like a soapy water effect. It doesn't really need it. And you can clean them up pretty darn good. As you can see, it's come back to life quite nicely, really.
Wouldn't an anti-static brush do the same job?
You could do as well, an anti-static brush, but all of mine are really, really big. I haven't got a little one like you've got. So, but in the same way, like on this one, we've got a few bits to go on here. This is quite dusty. So again, we just start off with the brush just to get the big dust off, flip it off all out the way, so just get all of the big stuff off. And then same thing, we're just going to come in, wash off the brush. But again, you want a damp brush, don't make it wet. It won't probably affect it too much, but you'll notice you'll drag all the dust off and you'll get no streaky marks with it. you might get the odd little one, but nothing like you would before. Again, on here, you can't really see it. It's quite a nice finish, but you can probably see this is dirtying up down in here. But you do need to wash your brush out each time, then dry it off, come back. So it's literally like dry brushing. But you say you can polish up all the clear parts as well, get the dust right off of that. And so it's a smoked one on here. Then if you want to, you can come in with a cotton bud on the clear parts and just give them a rub and a polish up, just to make them all really nice. Until you get the dirt coming off. But on the bodies and things like that, I really wouldn't worry too much about it. And again, we just come back in here. And I've done huge ships and things like that. When I used to do commission days, I used to offer a service of basically cleaning the models after they've been sat in a cabinet for 5 years and have them back. And I've actually done videos of that back in the past when I used to get stuff come back in. But it's quite a straightforward, easy way. So if you keep on top of your models for cleaning in your cupboard and you just go over them with an anti-static brush, maybe once a month or something, you'll be absolutely fine just to give them a quick whip around. But if you have got some really in-ground dust now onto your models, which we're all guilty of, some of these spent some time, didn't they, up in the unit on the mezzanine level, which is a bit dusty, and so yeah.
Again, out there, how did you do the ram tape?
There we go. The ram tape's a decal.
Decal, there you go. Adam's asking. And then Barry's asking about the Kinetic Gold F16 MLU. Any news? Not at the minute, actually. That was announced a while ago, weren't it?
Yeah.
I see, actually. Where did I see it? They're doing a lot more F16s, aren't they?
Yeah, they're doing a US F16C.
Yes,
yeah.
they are.
Well, they did the CJ before, didn't they?
There's a new F16 just been announced, hasn't there?
Have they?
Have they?
Yeah.
By who?
By people who
Lockheed.
make F16.
What?
Not
Lockheed
model.
Martin?
Yeah, Lockheed Martin, yeah. Not a kit, but a real one.
Have they got to F16Z yet?
No, they do them in blocks now, so they're up to block 70, isn't it, I think, now?
I think this is block 90, I think.
Oh, is that? There you go.
Sure, it's
Well,
like that.
Wildcat should be next week. I think he's doing.
Just a quick pro tip on cleaning the models. Don't let your wife do it.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Someone else should do that.
Yes.
You'll have no aerials on it, though, or fitted pros and stuff.
Or wheels or...
Yeah.
And we've all said that out of the earshot of our wives.
Yeah, none of them are around, so it's fine. Get away with that.
I don't have any here, apart from what I'm working on. So
Yeah, the difference is you've got them in public places, Andy. Ours are banned from being in the house or anywhere that's seen by people who might visit.
Yeah, I'm not allowed.
exactly. That's a good point, Phil.
True.
You're the only one that's allowed them in the house, aren't you?
Yeah, you're the only... Well, John's got a few somewhere in here, I think.
No, not in the house.
Oh, is he not?
Oh God, no, he's not allowed. His are in his shed, aren't they, on a shelf above him? No, he's not allowed any in the house either. Because they'd say, like, when they were doing their bedroom,
Yes.
get a cabinet, sneak a cabinet in there, put your models in. I don't think Lynn would be overly amused somehow.
He's not going to get away with
I've
that
got
one.
two glass cabinets in the living room, and also they're on the TV stand and other places. I've got a cabinet thing at the top of the stairs where there's loads in, and then there's also loads in the bedroom as well. One bedside cabinets.
Mm-hmm.
The bedside cabinet's bigger than mine, so she's got more on hers than I've got on mine.
So she's lying in bed. She can look at all your lovely models.
Yeah. Then I look and think, where's that gone off that?
Give him something to think about.
The other day, the Halo,
Yeah.
MI20, whatever it is. I said to her, where's the rotor blade gone off that?
Hmm.
She said, down the back of my chest of drawers.
Getting that back easily, are you?
No.
Yeah, it'd be one of those. You wait till you move.
Yeah.
The daisy.
Because I had it stood up, you see, rather than being on the helicopter taking some room up. It was stood up against the wall.
Mm.
It's also been knocked down and ended up down the back.
Down the back.
Great.
Don't need it, does it?
I've got one model in the house. I must take it back. Actually, the Mary Rose made it into the living room.
Oh,
Is that out of guilt because you read the other one?
Yeah.
That could be it, yeah.
But fair play for pulling that one.
Oh, yeah. Rigging a ship again. Oh, never again.
With a tea bag.
Teabagging.
Teabag nets.
You have to say that.
I don't know. It's past 9 o'clock somewhere.
Yeah. That was a good idea, though. I'll give you that.
Yeah, there's little nets on it.
Yeah.
If anyone's wondering, the Mary Rose was what, 1/400?
Yeah.
And it had anti-boarding nets, which is basically like a fishing net over the decks. And I spotted that when you get like really posh tea or infused what's-its from the supermarket, they come in like a plastic tea bag, and it's perfect for nets. It's just brilliant. And you get a cup of tea out of it as well.
There you go. Recycling.
Yeah, but you just basically make your cup of tea, cut it open, get all your leaves out, and you've got this perfect, really fine net. So it could possibly used on armour stuff as well.
Don't think it's anymore.
And you have Mary Rose. The Mary Rose kit is a really good kit. Nice little fun build. Something a bit different, isn't it?
It's quite a newish thing, isn't it? A newish tool.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's not some ancient thing. It goes together really well unless you try and add aftermarket stuff to it.
Yeah.
That's where the trouble begins.
Plug the mouse in. Come on. Right. Better? Okay.
It's that gone dusty. So what's everybody working on in chat then?
Yes, what's everyone building?
Shout up.
Shout up now. Adrian says, morning from Sweden. I wish I could get your products here. I'll be honest with you, Sweden is a nightmare to post to because no matter when what happens is, because there's, tax and they're tracked as well. For some weird reason, the Swedish post system doesn't send you a note to say it's there for you to pick up from the delivery. So consequently, they get sent back. Yeah. So every time I was sending them out, they kept getting sent back to me. And then obviously I'm out of pocket postage if I got to resend them back to you, or you guys have to pay the postage. So that's why we stopped sending to Sweden, because it just seems to be a black hole. You send them there, then they come back, but they never seem to make it out. So that's why we stopped it. What I would recommend is to go through somebody else. So like washes and that, and go through Hannants. Hannants sell the wash if you want to go there, or obviously you can go over to the Greek lot, as we call them. Which I can't remember the name. Hold on, let me just find the name. That's it, which is Serious Models in the EU. So if you go to seriousmodels.eu, they stock the Flooring Models stuff. Hopefully they've had a restock recently because it got stuck in their customs for about ever. Hopefully it's through now, is it? No, it's still showing they haven't got a full restock. They have got a restock literally any time now. It's been in customs for a month. So hopefully they'll be back in stock soon. So there is a couple of options still to get it in the EU. Mike's carrying on with his large, with his Tamiya Tiger Tank. Oh, there's my other half. Hotline from the NHS. What else we got?
Serious Models stuff stuck in customs because Phil sent them kilo bags of white.
Well, we have said that. If you put drugs, Class A on the customs form probably didn't help. Right, okay. Matt, I've had no confirmation of my SU-27 being sent, even though I've paid. That's Joe Blogs. Is that your real name?
No. But it seems to be an issue for some reason. I'm not 100% sure whether or not Royal Mail have turned off the dispatch notifications on the site on the system that we use. Because I ordered also this Kitty Hawk, whatever it is, Warhawk, from the store, and I didn't get notification either.
Because they've been on strike, haven't they? So,
Right. Yeah, maybe because they're on strike and haven't caught up on the system.
Yeah, but then a member did also email and said that from another manufacturer, another company, they had notifications. So whether or not it's just the system that we use, which is BT's Royal Mail's own parcel service.
Yes.
I really don't know, but
it has been sent. Everybody who's paid.
Yeah, James said that's what they're doing with some sites, Andy. Yeah. It definitely seems like it's been turned off because, say, no notifications have gone out. But loads of people asking. Who was it who was asking?
Joe Blogs.
Yeah.
No,
Are you having a laugh?
I was going to say, I assume that maybe not his name. I don't know. Okay, Terry says, good morning, everyone, from Dayton, Ohio. Been watching since 5 a.m., but he's had tech problems his end for the chat. All sorted now, though. Sorry for the damaged model spill. To be honest, like I said, if you'd seen that thing, I don't care. I know it sounds horrible, but as long as I've done the finished video, when I talk, do my final reveal video, and I got the photos, if they get destroyed a second after that, it's not a problem, because obviously I've got it all digitally. I've done the video builds for them, got the final photos. Worst case scenario B for me is that I finish the build, or very near to the end of the build, and the model gets destroyed, because then I've got to build another one, which has happened, as some of you do know. The F-16, Tamiya F-16 48th one from 15 years ago plus now, I built 3. Because one of them I was building away, and in those days I used to do a lot of building, back to back. And then consequently what happened was I went to do the editing and found out I had no sound. So I built the cockpit with no sound. So I had to build another one to do the cockpit up to that stage I was at with the first one, and then carry on. And then we had a problem near the end of it as well. So I ended up building 3. So it was like, brilliant. So that's a pain when that happens. But as long as I got all the final photos, if any damage happens to them, then honestly, I'm more about the build, doing the editing, the processing, and then having them up on the site rather than sitting in the cabinets. And like, I know me and Matt have had this conversation a lot over the last few weeks. It's all very well having these models everywhere, but if you have too many of them, it looks really, really cluttered. And it's not displaying them nicely. I've got my other shelf and they're in individual little display cases. They look lovely. Having them on the wall looks lovely. The cabinet has got, what we got? 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 22, about 25 models in one case, because they're all underneath. It's a bit like a museum, where you get them overlapping each other and the tails are under. It doesn't look nice. It's nice to just see them as a whole. Yeah, that's the problem. So I was going to retire some of these anyway, so it just forced my hand to say, do you know what? Some of them can go, like the ship, the carrier, which is one that's taken the most damage because all the photo etch is gone. And I'm not going to bend all that back into shape, so that will get retired to the skip or something. It won't go in the skip. I'll still keep it because I just can't bear to get rid of it. But it's no good to try and repair at this state. But we'll get there. These ones are all repairable. We'll get these all back together. Going to need a little bit of pinning and stuff like that. But as I say, as far as I'm concerned, they come unassembled. They've now unassembled themselves again. I just need to put them back together.
Circle of life.
There's lots of people building with us today. Just a thing to Adam about your notifications. Just check your junk mail and stuff. It might go in there because you should get one. Or your notifications. If you turn your notifications off or something, so you should get them.
It's nothing we do with the site automatic, is it? So.
Yeah. The Sierra. It's still happening. There was a bit of a blip, but not anymore. It's all been sorted. So hopefully, by the end of the year, we might see them. But it's a new company, so there could be delays yet. But it's still a goer, the old Cozzies. So yeah, it's just when they actually get released and stuff. So yes.
What have we got? People working on a Hunter down in here. We've got F-16s. We've got somebody's working on an EA-18G Growler Hasegawa kit. Nice one.
Have you tried haggis yet?
No. Still don't think you could pay me to eat that.
Go veggie haggis. Try a veggie.
Veggie haggis? What?
How is that even possible? If
What's the point?
You can get veggie bacon, you can get veggie haggis.
Do they shove it in a condom instead then?
Something like that, yeah. It does look like it.
Honestly, I think you find haggis nicer to taste, nicer than you think it is going to be.
It probably is. It's just a thought. I don't want something stuffed into some organs, thanks, and then eat it. I know you could say it's no different to a giant sausage. I know.
I could say you eat a sausage.
Yeah, but I don't think it's made of stomach lining these days, is it?
But the haggis isn't nowadays, no. So.
Oh.
Yeah. Well, what's the point?
It does look like a giant thing of stuffing to me when I see it. You know?
Yeah.
It looks like a giant slab of stuffing, but anyway, Jeff's working on the Matchbox Humber, which is the 176 one. Terry's working on the AIM 72 747. Matthew's on the Meng Panther with the Edard new-tooled Wildcat. Very nice. Stephen's working on the 48 scale FW190 F8. You can do it in the winter camo. Nice. Wrong mouse. I've got about 4 mice here. Will's working on his Nordic Sig Draken. It's got lots of Drakens in there. It's nice. I like Drakens. David's working on the Airfix SM79. Steve says, have any of you guys ever ordered anything from Hobby Boss? As he's destroyed the canopy and he's trying to buff it up.
No.
No. I must admit, I've ordered from Trumpeter. I used to have my friend at Trumpeter, and they give themselves Western names. He was brilliant because I used to send him a message directly, and within a week or two, I'd have whatever was wrong. So,
Western names as in Hank Williams or
Yeah,
Joe Bloggs.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if he's even there anymore. I haven't had to do it. But the last time was I had missing decals. They were just not in the kit. So I messaged him and said, oh, look, I've got no decals. Literally within 2 weeks it came up. And I had another one with clear parts. I was missing a part of a clear part. And it literally turned out they were good. But that's Trumpeter. But as we know, they're sort of sister companies anyway. So I imagine perhaps their spares department might run alongside each other. But it's worth sending them an email and see if you get a response. That's it. Paul's working on a MiG-15. Jen says he can't seem to find a local store here in Copenhagen, so his modelling is at a standstill at the moment. Does anyone know in Copenhagen of a model shop?
What's that?
Never been.
What's the big one that's in Europe? The
No, that's in the Netherlands, isn't it?
That's in the Netherlands.
Sure, they'd post there, wouldn't they?
You would have thought so. It's only up the road, but yeah, that's the model. What's it called? The Aviation Mega Store. That one.
Yeah.
Just next to
Perhaps they've got the same issue with me with Swedish Post.
Maybe.
Maybe one of the German companies, isn't there? Loads of them, isn't there?
Reg is working on the A6. Very nice as well for the Intruder, based on my recommendation. Nice kit. Can't go wrong with doing a drumstick. Adrian's currently working on the Battle of the Bulge, Winter Dio, 2 Shermans, 12 German soldiers defending a trench. Very nice. Oh God, it's jumping. Why are we jumping so much? Gary's working on an old Accurate Miniatures P51D, changing it to a Mark 1A.
Right.
He's also working on the Sword Fairy Gannet. Nice.
Oh God, that's it. Andy's built that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Andy's a Gannet specialist.
Nice kit that was.
You didn't say that at the time.
Well, no.
Tell you what, things always look better with decals, don't they?
Even nicer now because you get the resin radio operators bit, don't you?
Even though I hate doing decaling, they always look better when they're on.
Yeah, it brings it to life, doesn't it?
It does, yeah.
Stops it just being big grey blob.
Yeah.
Speaking of Gannets, did anyone see House of Dragons on Monday?
Yes.
I'm not seen it yet.
I'm not quite sure why that's got to do with Gannets, but
What's that got to do with a gannet?
Was there a fairy gannet in it?
Flies, wasn't it? And a dragonfly. So.
What is that? Is the closest your thing you can get? A gannet to a dragon is because they fly. Stretching it on that one. Yes, I did. It's a bit slow, I felt, if I'm just being honest. I thought Game of Thrones, not being funny, Sean Bean had his head chopped off in the first 20 minutes on their first episode, wasn't it?
That's true. Yeah.
Something like that,
yeah. Right, okay, we've got one here. Question about the Ghost of Kiev. The Great War Hobbies special damage box description is for a different model. For the Great War Hobbies S4817, and the picture shows the number 4819. Two separate kits. Which one is it? Hold on, our technical department will be on this now.
It shows what?
Apparently it's showing kit. The description is kit number 4817.
Yeah.
But the picture is showing it's 4819. Which one is it? Our technical department is now checking live as we go on with this. Ow.
I think you may be mistaken.
Oh.
Because I put into Google 4817, it definitely comes out with the same kit.
Oh, right, okay.
Don't forget, they put an S in front of the special editions rather than
S, not L. Yeah, there's an S and an L prefix before the number. Yes.
Yeah, the description says it's 4817 and the picture is for 4819. Two separate kits.
Do you know what 4819 is?
Well, whatever it is, it's the Ghost of Kiev with a damaged box, if that's what we're on about.
Oh, it's a 4819 is the T-33 Shooting Star.
Oh, right, okay. Look, I don't know. I'm just passing on what I'm reading on the chat. Okay, we've got people working on the main Typhoon. Oh, I wish it would not jump around. That really does my head in. Adrian's just had a JAS fly over his house, almost took the chimney off. I would like to thank the Royal Navy, Merlin, who literally almost took our power line out the other day. It was that low. Bearing in mind it's lower than our house is, and he was that low, it was like, seriously, I could see every rivet on that thing.
Is that because it were broken?
I don't know, but it was one of those, he's low, because I didn't hear it until he was above you. He was that low.
Really?
Yeah, he was proper hoofing it as well, and he came flying. He literally just came straight down the back. I happened to be coming out of the unit down the bottom, walking up on the decking, and he literally was like, all of a sudden you just heard it, and he was right there, very low, and he was moving quick. So, yes, he was incredibly low. He's probably the lowest helicopter I've seen come over here. And a Merlin isn't small. And we get everything from Apaches and used to get, Lynxes doing their aerobatics here and all the rest of it. But, he was proper low and moving quick. Very impressive. I have to say, 10 out of 10, boys. We like that one. You can come here as much as you like.
Can I just ask crazy
that's a good one. And the picture is of the MiG-29 Ghost of Kiev. Not the 27.
Where are you looking?
On our site.
Oh.
All right. Have you found the problem?
Yeah. Yeah, it's got the wrong picture up.
Oh, right. Okay. There we go. We're fixing this one crazy. We're doing it now.
Was the best look the same?
Oh, and
oh, look, Dave's working on a Rebel 72nd Voodoo. Very nice. I love the Voodoo. He says looking around. Do you know that thing where you've got so many models? I put it somewhere. I don't know where it is. Oh, it's in the display cabinet now. My Voodoo. That's still up. That side's fine. Other side, not so.
So, anybody who's bought this damaged box, you're getting an SU-27, not MiG-29. Let's be clear. So you better contact Andy for this if you don't want it.
Yeah, how many have we sold?
Description's right, the picture's wrong. Yeah, one job.
It's because when I'm picking them, I've got a thumbnail about that big.
Oh, here we go.
That's in the picture.
He needs stronger glasses. He should have got the Specsavers. Hey, any recoups come out of your wages?
I don't know which one I'm choosing. Which one am I choosing now on here? Oh, no. Is it that? SU-20. That's still 29.
That doesn't help.
Oh, God.
Yeah, I was going to say it's going to be hard to sell a kit that's not even out yet. You might have a bit of a wait for it. Oh dear.
I'm struggling there.
We just get commercial flights over here of Airbuses or whatever.
Get Liverpool John Lennon Airport traffic and occasional police helicopter.
Oh yeah, the police helicopter that was up the other day at the unit, circling. So,
We get quite a lot of the Battle of Britain stuff comes over us and the Red Arrows because it's all like we're on direct flight path over to Wales sort of area.
So I did see a couple of weeks ago, there's the Southport Air Show, and I was in Ormskirk, which is about 10 miles from the and literally at chimney pot height, the Lancaster came over. And I was like, wow, I want to build a Lancaster now. But it literally it was almost at church spire height, just barreled over the centre of Ormskirk, and everybody was like, oh, what's that?
Did you wave at it?
Didn't wave, it came over so quick, he sort of heard it and saw it at the same time.
Yeah.
Right.
Is it an SU-27, Matt?
Literally right over my head.
You what, sorry?
Is it an SU-27 I'm putting up?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, same as one we had on pre-order.
Freaking same. Yeah, but the same bloody boxes. I've got all my hundreds of different thumbnails and things.
Andy's having a Russian.
He's having a meltdown now. We've broke the system, also known as Andy.
Just don't put a picture up, Andy. Just leave it as it is.
I don't know what. From what I can see, it's the right picture. I don't understand what everyone's talking about. Anyway,
buy the Land Rover next to it. That's what you need. What about a pink Porsche?
a pink Porsche.
Yeah, the 935 K3, the pink and white one.
Yeah.
The Le Mans one. Phil was actually going to get his F15 out, but he hasn't done it, have you?
I don't get anything out of the cupboards, if I'm honest. I can show you a picture. Here's one I did earlier. Nothing's coming out of that display case because I'm going to weld it together.
Tell you, no more nails.
Yeah, no more nails as it. I have put a little bit of white tack on those feet, though, just to help it a bit. And I will put in once I do. At the moment, it's not back together yet. I've just had a dust in there, but I am going to actually put in some wooden dowels to hold the glass shelves in position properly so they can't slide.
Right.
That's my plan of action with that. That's my job for tomorrow, to be honest.
Oh, there you go. Got the right picture up. Well done.
Hey.
But yeah, it's very similar, except for one was grey and black and whatever, and the other one's blue and blue.
I've now changed my view to extra large pictures.
Oh, right.
So
That
right.
On his 65-inch TV, he'll be all right now.
That's, yeah, you've got to have extra large icons.
You won't believe how many. Because yeah.
You ought to see how many now we've sold. My phone's just lit up.
Yeah, everyone's quickly dashed in.
Or they're actually messaging saying, "I don't want that now because I thought."
Yeah, sorry. Can I change that? Can I get a refund?
We have got MiG-29s in though from Great Wall, haven't we?
We have, yeah.
Show them, Phil. Show them.
Which one?
Any of them.
What, of the Great Wall Hobby stuff, yeah?
Yeah. Seen that obviously the flavour of.
Oh, let me refresh just in case I need to change pictures. There we go.
We're sold out.
Yes. Very, very nice. Some good stuff. And don't forget, we've got the other bits in our special 25% mega sale.
Mega sale.
Yeah,
We need a voiceover bloke.
We do, yes.
Don't we? Or that annoying man who's.
And we need somebody, here's a shout out, free membership for anybody who can do some decent intros and outros and voiceovers for us, please.
Yep.
Yeah.
Bargains.
Mm. And I'm being told off by my other half here because she just messaged me saying, "Why have you got the Sanders up on sale? I thought you said you weren't going to do that." So look, you've heard it here first, everyone. The last of the Sanders are on sale as well.
So I was surprised when they asked that. Yeah.
Well,
Got to go, haven't they?
They go. I don't want them hanging around forever. We've only got a handful of those left anyway. Yes, some really nice stuff down in there. Look.
Yeah, they've got to go, haven't they?
Europe.
Got to go to make room for new posh wash.
New posh wash.
Okay.
So yes, obviously we've got
just a thing about Zvezda. Grab it quick because the prices are going up.
yes. To be honest, like I said on yesterday's show, everyone was moaning about the price of kits and everything. They're all going up. It's just one of those things. Everything is going up in price. Nobody's immune to it. Well, apart from your subscriptions will stay the same. But everything else, unfortunately, is going up in costs.
Well, the thing is, because you gave tax, because it's where it's coming from, there's an extra tax on it of 35%.
Yeah, that hasn't been levied up to now, has it? But they've decided they're going to put it on. So
Yes.
So yeah, grab it because it will be coming up.
Crazy look, I've got two 27-inch monitors at the moment. I suppose I could. Like I said, bring me telly from downstairs.
Massive thing.
Oh,
Alex is finishing off his Hong Kong Models 32nd scale Lancaster. It's the one that he added the stress skin to. Nice. You have to send over some pictures when you're finished with that. Bang them on the old Instagram and I'll show them.
Are we doing the Instagram today?
I haven't got it set up. I will get it set up for this afternoon. But obviously, if you want to do anything, just tag Flory Models, official Flory Models on your Instagram, and the photos will appear on our feed, and then I'll show it. I can't do it for some reason. I have real trouble with Facebook. I don't really use Facebook. It gets auto-generated. If I put up a post on the Flory Models site, it sticks it on my Facebook page, but I don't really use it. It's a little bit of a chaos thing in there, but for some reason, I know Instagram's the same thing, because it's both meta, but for some reason Instagram works and I can use that, but I can't seem to get on well with the other one. Ryan says, one job, Andy, you got one job. Look, I agree. Can't get the staff. Right, Crazy has ordered the kit. So there you go. You're all right now. He's actually ordered it. You're sorted.
One job you should have seen me the past couple of days. I'm surprised it's gone all as smoothly as it has this morning. To be fair,
it's fine. We get there. It's just how we work, isn't it?
Yes.
I even checked last night. Last night about midnight, I was checking to see if it was all running there.
See, look, we're like British Rail here. Everyone complained about it, then it got privatised, and it did get worse. So just stick with it as it is.
Why, we're on strike?
Yeah, we're on strike as well. Yeah,
we're not be back this afternoon. We're striking.
Yeah, we're on strike. I'm going to sit there in a high-vis tabard.
Just going to
official picket.
Go. Yeah,
picket line your own living room.
Yeah, that's it. I'm going to picket room, own studio. Can't come in. Break the picket. I agree, Dave. Dave says with the cost of living at the moment, it's a good time to build your stash.
Oh, yeah.
Because you'll never get through it. I've been saying that, haven't I? That's my motto at the moment. It's like, really? Loads of us, if you're like, I know not everyone, but most of us even have 5 or more plus kits. Let's face it, that's over a year's worth if you're running full tilt, let alone if you're doing it as a hobby, so to speak, a few. So, as you say, take it easy. Just, as I say, no one panic. Or we could be like the media and just panic everyone. Prices are going up. No.
Must admit, that's a good motto to have, Phil, for a joint model shop owner.
Yes, I know. But it's okay. We do sell sundries as well.
So, yeah, everybody needs paint and glue.
Yeah, absolutely.
And masking tape and things. So, yeah.
Yes. Why is my overhead camera really not playing ball today?
I don't know.
It's a bit blurry, isn't it?
Do you need a new one?
What, overhead camera?
Yeah.
No, because you know what it's like. All the time it's still working. I will not replace it.
And in other words, that means Phil wants yours.
And Andy's keeps going in and out of focus.
Fine.
Yeah.
That's his new super duper camera, that is. Don't knock it. He paid a fortune for that one.
Take that visor off your head. Right. Right.
That's how he does the thumbnails on the screen. He's wearing that.
Tell you what, friggin'... I'm going to start swearing in a minute.
How'd your tracks come in, Andy? How many have you done? 2?
I was going to say, you're doing tracks?
Yeah.
He was threatening to do them earlier.
Do you want me to send some rubber band ones from this one I've got up here?
I've got some rubber bands from the other one.
You should have just used them, just weathered them.
Problem is, I can't keep my hands still.
I'll tell you what, I had this the other day. Somebody did mention, thank you, I don't think I've got Parkinson's or anything. But the other day on one of my video builds, somebody pointed out I have really bad shakes. And it's like, yeah, that's just when my tablets and shit kick in, I think. I'm like,
that's his dicky ticker.
It is, yeah. So consequently, that's when that occurs. But anyway, speaking of which, we were talking the other day and we were saying about super gluing. These are eye brush applicators. When we were talking about super glue, Andy, you were asking about it. Look, little blob of super glue onto here, and it sits perfectly on the end, and you do it. Don't buy them from Micro Brush or whatever they are, because you pay a fortune for them. But these are absolutely great. So you can just literally come along, put a spot on exactly where you want it, and then you're away.
Are they any good for applying the concrete mix?
I would have thought so, yeah.
Have you not done it then?
I haven't actually tried it, because normally I lay it on quite thick.
Was that what was I asking about, the mother?
No,
somebody was talking about it. Yeah.
It was me.
Oh, was it you? Yeah.
I was going to say, was this like a conversation I had with my wife? Because I thought
You've actually got off lightly with the damage, apart from the boat.
I know. Considering that weight of that glass is absolutely horrendous. Yeah, we did get away really, really lightly.
You did, because there is sticky out there, especially undercarriage-wise and that.
Yeah.
Normally you just shatter and, yeah.
Yeah. This actually, if anyone wants to know, because I'm going to tell you anyway, is the Hasegawa 72nd one. It's beautiful. It's like Bandai. The way this goes together, literally, there's no filler on this, because it is that good. It is probably, I think, one of Hasegawa's best ever kits. And I have got their Typhoon here as well in 72nd, because that looks like it goes together really, really well. But this kit actually is a little gem. The way that it's got 2 halves, and it's got like I don't know the best way to describe it. It's like a tooth system inside the fuselage, and it pushes 2 halves together, and it just makes this absolutely seamless, these joints. It's very, very well thought out. It's a one-day build type thing. And in fact, I think we did do it as a one-day build.
Tony says you're a little soft.
Pardon?
Yeah, exactly. That's what he said.
Is he talking to my missus again?
Phil thought the Buccaneer review seemed a little soft.
Oh.
So is that a criticism of the kit or Phil? I can't work it out from that statement.
No. Which do you mean?
Yeah.
I thought, to be honest, it's a really nice kit. And I know, obviously, I have to be somewhat nice because my mate made it, so I don't want to totally diss him.
Phil, yes. The camera.
Oh, the camera's soft.
Yeah, it's on its way. Get some new. Dip your hand in your pocket and get a new camera.
I can't. It's the cost of living.
Is that what it is? It? It is your living though, so you need one.
Well, yeah, this is true. No, I was looking the other day, but it's like me and Matt were talking about a few months ago, wasn't it? You couldn't buy our type of cameras we use for this for love nor money, could you? Because everyone was using them as webcams and various things for, obviously, sorry, wrong one. Where are we? Want that one, and then want that one. Yeah, the trouble is you couldn't buy these types of cameras because we use technically they're camcorders because they've got great zoom and all the rest of it. So it's not like they're webcams up there or anything, but they just going for stupid money, absolutely stupid money. Whereas you usually could buy them for a couple of £100. It was like, no, because of the pandemic, they wanted a fortune for them.
Well, they just shut up and it's supply and demand, isn't it? And then you can't get them. So Trevor's asked us a question because he's put up before about the 135th BRDM2, which is the Russian thing.
Bradley. Yes.
What is the best one to build? Trumpeter, Zvezda or Dragon? Well, I'd avoid the Dragon one because that's very old. Zvezda one's easiest to build. Trumpeter is quite detailed. So you pay your money, you take your choice.
Yes. Yeah.
To be honest, if I was going to build one, depending on how quick I wanted to do it, it would either be the Trumpy or the Zvezda one. It's a bit like the Trumpy and the Zvezda one is a bit like the ambulance with the Airfix and the Gecko, I'd say.
Yeah.
Like in parts count. And Zvezda. Oh, well, there you go. Zvezda is the dragon kit, is it? All right, then get the Trumpy one. Because the dragon one's quite old, I think. There you go. Thanks, Paul. He's sold it. Trumpy one.
Can't go wrong with a bit of Trumpy.
Yeah. Actually, I quite like Trumpy kits, I'll be honest.
I do. They're nice, straightforward kits.
Yeah, I think they're getting a bit complicated nowadays. Have you seen, because there's a big thing up actually, Hobby Boss, talking of their sister company, are releasing the Scamel tank transporter. You know the one Accurate Armour do?
Yes.
What's it called? Anyway, they're releasing it. And somebody's put up, because the actual picture, and I've had this conversation yesterday, somebody put steering wheels on the wrong side.
For who? That's the thing.
Well, this is the argument technically, because he used them all in Germany, so it was actually, it's on the right side, left side, whichever. Left side, not the right side, but yeah. So it looks a nice kit, actually. I quite like that. It's going to be big.
Yeah.
You can put a chally on the back of it, can't you, or something? So, yeah. I feel a bit sorry for Accurate Armour, because everything they've done, everybody's bringing out now in styrene, aren't they?
Yes, everyone gazumps them.
Yeah.
Yes, James, I am fixing things. We had a bit of a disaster in my display case. So, yes.
Adam's put, what's the best Apache in 148 other than the Hasegawa, which is unattainable Hasegawa kit?
It is. Do you know what? I'll be honest with you. I was trying to find the AH64E, the Echo version, because obviously that's the Korean one in Hasegawa's boxing, and I was bidding on stuff on eBay, and just no way. That was going for stupid money. So
because the Italeri one ain't great, is it?
No.
And the Academy
one's a bit soft. It's a bit.
Yeah. You do want the Hasegawa one, I'm afraid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Crazy saying, actually appreciate you now checking on what I wanted, that version and size. Now I can go to sleep and dream of it coming in soon. It will do. We'll get that one out to you straight away.
Hey, what one about now?
We were saying about that SU-27/29 cock up. But he's got the right one coming, so it's fine.
That's good. Everybody's happy. Anyone experience with 148 Hobby Boss armor kit? I'm running out of Tammy wants to. Actually, I think they're all right. They're not bad kits. They're just not a big selection, is there? What about going to who else does? Is it AFV Club Andy who does 48 armor kits?
Yeah.
There's not many, but they do. They do like a Staghound and that, don't they? I think.
Yeah.
And a few others. Yeah. But yeah, I think the Hobby Boss ones, if they're anything like the 35th one, kits, they'll be bang on. Yeah.
And some of the Hobby Boss ones have got got interior in them as well, haven't they?
Yeah. Do they do T-34s and KVs and Shermans? Yeah. I think.
What about Shermans, but T-34s and KVs haven't, or some of them have.
T-34's got an interior. I don't think the KV has.
Hasn't it?
No, I don't know. Yeah.
T-34 does.
There you go. You see, that's just magic, Richard. Magic how that happened.
Right, let's take a punt and try and get one of these back on.
I fancy doing the KFZ 222 actually. I do like that. I think that'd be good, especially like a DAC one with the Hobby Boss kit, because the other one's like the old Tamiya kit, isn't it? That they keep doing, which is not a bad kit actually. I built that a long time ago, but yeah, I wouldn't mind tackling an Hobby Boss one at some point. It's just when I'm doing my video builds, I'm acutely aware of like I've only just built an Hobby Boss kit, or you know, So I try and mix it up a little bit with different manufacturers. So
Spread the love.
yeah, good, haven't you? Anyone seen the Edard positive rivet set for the 148 foot Hind, and why so expensive? A lot of them.
There's a lot of rivets on a Hind.
Are they 3D printed or resin ones?
I think they're 3D printed, aren't they?
Oh, good. I'm not sure.
There you
A lot
go.
of their resin stuff, then
Go on,
it's
sorry.
all expensive, isn't it? All their 3D printed or resin stuff's expensive. So
Yeah, it's a decal, is it? Is it a 3D printed decal though?
I think it's a decal with little bumps on it, isn't it?
Well, it's like what's that stuff you use, Phil?
Archer decals, yeah.
Is it Archer? Because didn't HGW do one as well?
Yeah. HEW used to do like a raised rivet set. I've never got on with those. Couldn't make it stick. It just some of it worked, some of it didn't. But the Archer decals, obviously, they do raised rivets, and you can pop them in. Yes. It's amazing though. You think because obviously Trumpeter did the 32nd one, covered in them. Yeah, and then obviously when they did the 48, they didn't bother. And it was like, well, how did you get it right 15 years ago? And then you've come back to it with a new tool version and they got it wrong. So it's like somebody clearly wasn't looking at the old one.
Wonder when their MI4 came out in 48.
Yes.
Because that was announced a long time ago. Normally Trumpy are quite quick, aren't they? You know when they announce stuff, it's a bit kind of Tamiya-esque. It don't take long for it to come to the market, but that seems to have just stalled and died a death.
Yes.
What's the difference between a D and an E Apache? Probably loads.
A lot. It's all internal, lumps and bumps wise on the outside, but a lot of it's all internal. It's got uprated engines, it's got uprated targeting and all the rest of it. There's a few little lumps and bumps all over it that are different, but the E is the standard RAF version-ish. Sorry, Army Air Corps, I should say. I'll get shot for saying that. But yes, it's the newer version. I don't know in block form what that is, but it's we've just switched over to that one now. We use the Echoes instead of the old Ds. So,
all right. So what's the only advice when using the raised rivets is not to gloss varnish the model. They will struggle to stick onto the gloss varnish. I used a satin and that worked brilliantly. All right. Okay.
A couple of little shout outs here. We've got a GoFundMe. Obviously, clearly we need that. We've got greetings to Christopher. We've got greetings to Thomas as well in Hamburg. We've got Matthew is saying, what are your opinions on the current 135th scale Tiger 1 offerings? What do you think is the best? I'm thinking about getting the border models or the Das Works / Dragon kit, but would like to have your opinions.
Oh, God, there's that many out there, isn't there? The Rifle one's a good kit, isn't it, Andy?
Yeah, the Rifle's a really good one, yeah.
But I still probably say the Dragon one stands up today, even though, you know, it's out about price, isn't it? Don't know about the border model one, if I'm honest. I still think the Tamiya one's a good kit. Not too much proper rumbling. I need something to eat. But again, it's how much you want to spend, isn't it? So probably if I had to think it, I would either say the RFM one or the Dragon one or Das Works one would probably be the go-tos. Because Takum don't do one yet, do they? They ain't done a Tiger one, which is very surprising.
Give them time.
Well, it is though, isn't it? Because obviously it's tackled Panthers and they've done Tiger 2s and you know, and they've never done a Tiger 1. So RFM or don't go for an interior kit. Ask Andy because he lost interest after the first torsion ball.
All I did was painted the gun mantler. Did I do more? I painted a couple of bits on the interior, so that's all I've done. And put it back in the box.
It's for sale at a good price. He'll sell it, yeah? No, no mention selling his kits.
Can't sell his kits. You know what he's like.
My kits up sale on eBay. Plug, just a little plug.
I've glued 4 bits onto my track.
Wow.
Right.
What 1 track link?
Progress today.
4 track links.
4 track link. Jesus, you're on fire today. It's not mine. It's under my wife's. L Green Girl, I think it is 72 or something.
Why don't you use yours?
Because I can't. I can't use my own eBay. I can buy stuff, but I can't sell on it because it's not under my name. It's
From the old.
I changed mine to a business account a long time ago, my own personal one.
The old one, yeah.
Then I wanted to change it back, and you can't change it back.
All right.
Well, I can't work out how to change it back. It was really weird when I looked, and I was like, oh, I'm not faffing about with that, so I just do it through Leslie's stuff. So yes. And I tell you who else has got stuff up on eBay for sale as well is our Mr. Buller. But I don't know what his username is. He's got loads of stuff up at the minute. He's having a real clear out.
He is, isn't he? Real massive stash called John.
Yeah, a real big stash call. Stuff he weren't even going to sell is now selling. So, yeah.
Well, he'll be right when he gets his massive pay rise for being on strike.
Yeah, no, it's just L Green.
I'm planning on going around John's because he'll be the only place with heating on this winter.
like the letter L. It should come up. I'll tell you how to find it. Just look for an AZ Brumman Gosling in 48 scale, and then you can just go off that. Because I'm selling that and some other bits. I've just trickling feeding it on at the minute because obviously it needs posting and stuff. So keep sorting stuff out and putting it up. Do you know what? I am going to eat some jelly babies in a minute.
And is it?
Thomas says, for your information, the successor to Roby the Riveter is called Izzy from the Czech Republic. I've seen this. I don't know if they're the successor, because obviously I know they're both using the same logo. And I don't know if obviously Rosie the Riveter's trademark, so I don't want to get involved in anything along those lines. It's bad enough for mentioning the Queen being on a box, but anyway. Can't
say that.
Can't say that. The Crown will sue me. Just because I know I had loads of people messaging me about obviously the last review we did for the KT ambulance. There was a good reason I didn't mention a lot of details with that kit. Is purely because there's a lot of stuff in the background people don't know about copyright infringements and things like that, and I do not want to get caught up in that. So I just avoided everything to do with it having the Queen in it and anything to do with licensing of names. Like somebody powers. So, yes, I was keeping well out of that one deliberately on that review.
Yeah, stay out of it.
But as for that Easy Scriber thing, I have seen them. They're very expensive. But also, I am currently looking into another option, which a lot of you know about. And to be honest, half of it is here. I've had it here for over a week. And I'm waiting for the other half to turn up. And then I'll do the proper on-test review of it and all the bits and pieces like that. But I don't know where the other bit is. In tracking, it says it's going to be between now and Christmas. So the other one only took a week to get here. So I'm hoping it shouldn't be that far behind it. But as soon as it is, I have got something to test and we'll have a go with it and everything else. But I'll wait till it's all here. There's no point showing half of it.
Andy, you watching chat for a bit so I can do some deckling?
Yeah. Travis Thompson says in YouTube chat, I have a 24th FW190, not sure whether to build it or sell it, and get the trumpeter one. Build it, do a video build or a photo build for it, post it somewhere so I can look at it so I can figure out how to build mine.
Oh, is that the Airfix one?
Yeah.
It's a bit sketchy, isn't it?
It is a bit. Hobby Line says, what's the 148th Gosling like? It's a limited run kit, isn't it? It's
a limited run kit, but
best in scale.
It's best in scale, absolutely. Get some resin with it, and
I've got a goose, haven't I?
You've got the goose, and then I had the widgeon. I sold a widgeon. That's a Gosling. Yeah. It's really rare, actually. It's really hard to get hold of that Gosling I'm selling at the minute. But I'm never going to build it. It's a bit pointless sitting up in a box.
I watched a rebuild of a goose on YouTube the other week.
Ed's just posted up the link to El Green 1972. That's what eBay username is for Matt's stash.
Matt's stash. What's John's? We need to find John's. He's got some good stuff up. I don't know what his thing is. I'll tell you what John's selling, actually, if he ain't sold it, is the Edard MI24 with a book. Remember? There can't be many of them on, and then you could probably find John's user name and what else he's selling.
No, 112 quid for your Hanover.
Oi, shush.
Sorry. I'm
Can't
impressed.
mention that. That's nowhere near where it should be. That
I'm now stalking you via your eBay account.
By somebody else's.
Hello, dude.
Yeah.
You all right, mate? You've been out in the sun. You're all hot.
Looking to see how many of these are PM model stock.
Yeah, that's it.
Get that dickhead in the way.
What happened to Phil's love of MRP paint? I bought a shitload on his strength of his praise. I do still use them. I used them the other day, actually. I've still got them. They're there. Literally there. I have a full rack.
The problem weren't that, it was their lack of love for us.
I wasn't going to mention it, but now Matt said it. They didn't want to know us, so I thought, well, I'm not being funny. If they don't want to know us, why should I push them? You know, it's a bit of a two-way door with this type of thing. I do like to, you know, as I said, never get paid for anything, but it should be a little bit of give and take with companies. You know, the ones that just take, I tend to think, well, stuff off. You know, I don't want any freebies or anything else like that. It was nothing to do with that. I've never asked any company ever for a freebie kit. I've never gone to anyone and said, oh, could you send us a review sample? I have had some, and nice companies do send me some nice kit reviews sometimes, but I'm always very open and I'll tell you if that is a freebie. All the others, we obviously get in through PM Store, and then I get them down in here. Then they go back out for sale as extra review samples at a discount. So, but it wasn't anything to do with our side of it.
We had a nice long chat with them the year before, didn't we, at Mosson's?
We did. Must have upset him, Andy. I blame you and your aftershave.
It was fine I didn't have any aftershave on.
Well, this was it.
That'll do it.
You smell of kippers.
It was them shorts you were wearing.
Yeah. Paul Norman says, Phil, in one of your builds, you used a tool in your trumpy drill to clean up ejector pin marks. What was it?
Yeah, I know which one. To be honest, I just read that and I was trying to work it out. Matt got me onto this because what we have here is this. So it's basically a soft mini sanding. What's the name for it, Matt? You know this. You're an expert.
I'm what?
You know the soft drill pad things, the micro drill pads. Do you know what they're properly called?
Like the Velcro? No, I don't. To be honest, they're like they used to be called something like Rollock discs back in the day, but I don't know what the actual name is because I've got a bag full of polishing ones that fit in and they're really good. I just got them off Amazon, really cheap.
Yeah, I did as well. I just bought it off Amazon. If you just put in like, I don't even know what it came under, if it's like mini buffer or something.
Yeah.
But yeah, what it is, it just comes with this, and it comes with the adapters in the kit, and you've got a hard pad. So if you want to do hard sanding, and I haven't got a spare thing here, they're all elsewhere. Oh, there they are. And it comes with like a billion pads. So you just have the pads, and they're all sort of standard grits. Like these are 800 grit. And then what you can do...
Is it like a die grinder in it?
It is something like that. I can't remember exactly what the name was, but these little pads here, and this one goes on here, but I find that's a bit hard. So if you're doing modelling and you haven't got it totally flat, it'll dig in. So to get around that problem, they also put in this little adapter, and it's really soft and spongy. So you just come along and you pop this little guy on, and if you are slightly off centre, it will still keep it nice and flat. So you can just...
That's a interface pad.
Yes, there you go.
And then because it's all soft and spongy, it conforms to all the shapes without leaving flat spots.
So yeah.
What was you sanding with that then? Injector pin mark?
Yeah, it was. It was on the Lancaster. It's got ejector pin marks on the floor.
How big were they?
Well, not massive, but it was quicker with this. So I literally just whipped around it on the surface like this and took them out. Instead of doing each individual one, I just did the lot. So, but yeah.
Andy, now he can't flog his sanders.
This is it. Yeah, now I can't just flog my sanders anymore. I'll use everything else.
He'll use everything now, anything.
Yeah, I'm cheap. But yeah, no, I think that's what it was. Again, you get, if I remember rightly in the set, and I don't even know where the rest of it is, but you get like about 10 different types of grits of these. And like this one on here looks like it's 2000 grit, and then they go right the way down to like 100 grit or something. And then they go right the way up to sort of 5000 grit, and it's all different polishing ones. Some of them come with spongy type ones as well. And it's just in a set. It wasn't much, it's like 15 quid. But it fits in the little drill, so it's great. So you can fit it into a Dremel. Don't have to fit in one of these. Stick it in what you like.
That's it. Yeah, Dremel bits as well, isn't it?
Dremel bits, yeah. So, dead handy bit of kit.
I got a bag full of polishing ones when I was doing a car body. You know what? I've actually got no idea where I've done. Because you were asking, didn't you, about the link?
Yeah, because I asked Matt for the link. He couldn't remember. So then I just had a search round the old Amazon, and there's loads of different ones in there.
Oh, I don't know where mine are. I had them in a blooming drawer, seen them the other day.
Spitfire done. That's back together.
What are you in here? Yourself? Oh, here they are. There you go. I got that stuff, which again, you get an adapter and you get little buffing heads and stuff. So what's really good about this little set, sorry, camera's here, isn't it? You get a real micro little one.
Yeah.
And then you get obviously the bigger ones. You know,
yeah, I didn't get that one that came with the bigger heads. I just got the ones like you've got your little.
You even get like a little lambswool one.
Yeah, little bonnet.
And then you know, like a conical one, if you want to call it that.
Yeah.
It's quite hard, but yeah, you get, and then you get different grade pads like hard, medium, and soft. So if you know, obviously you can see I've used that one. It's got a bit of compound on it, and then. Yeah, they're all right. I was looking for ages. I went to ask because obviously the unit next door are car detailers, and I was asking them, to be honest, if you got anything. But if you're doing car bodies all right, shiny, and you want to sort of give it a flat off and polish,
yes,
they're ideal, and they fit obviously in that tool, the trumpet tool or a Dremel or whatever. You want a variable speed one, mind, because
yeah, you don't want to go flat out and just melt it.
No, you don't. You don't want to be burning through it, and that's a major problem. So yeah, you want it slow speed, but yeah, or it works. It did a good job on me Mustang Mach 1, was it? I did. So right, see if I can save this decal that's broken up. I think this is where it's going to be the Achilles heel of these decals. Is these thin ones are just going to disintegrate into nothing. So, see what happens with that. What's happening in chat, Andy?
I don't know. I'm on eBay trying to find.
He's now looking for
Are you stalking?
Yeah, he's stalking his thing. See how much stuff's going for.
Buller 127.
Jesus says, Phil, why not convert your ship to the Bono and Richard in Flames?
The what?
I don't know.
What, have it as a blown up diorama?
What's $11.99, Barry?
What, for the set of thingies, is it?
I don't know. They weren't expensive actually. Them buffing heads of mine. I presume yours weren't either, were they?
No. I got a feeling mine were $9.99 or something. But I didn't come with all of those sets. I just came with like bags of these. So that was like 3,000 grit. And I think you get 10 of them all, and it goes literally from, I think it was 100 grit right up to something like 20,000, all the different ones.
Right.
So, and you had a couple of those different types of heads and adapters. So
the Bono and Richard was the one that caught fire and took them ages to get it under control.
Oh, right.
About 4 days.
I said Bono. I was thinking, what, you too?
Bono, yeah. Same here. Made a comeback.
Repairs were estimated to take up to 7 years.
Okay.
The cost of 3.2 billion.
Blimey.
Decommissioned in 2021.
I was going to say, you think you'd start again?
Yeah, I think get a fresh one.
Yeah, that's
Few quid, isn't it?
blimey. I've been conspiracy theories on Spotify, and they've been doing a US submarine that sunk in the 60s.
Yeah.
The USS Scorpion,
Mm-hmm.
and the disappearance of that. And yeah, obviously submerged aliens was one of the theories, obviously.
Yeah.
And then there's a few others as well, but it's all right to listen to when you're when I'm in here and you just got it on in background, don't you?
Yeah.
So, but interesting, yeah, nuclear sub that
Disappeared.
They found it, but it was supposed to be going back to the US and never made it. So about 1968, I think it was, somewhere around there, if I remember from when I listened.
Michael Linden says Tamiya F-14D VF-101 colour scheme calls for moved on me, stop posting.
Ghost Greys, aren't they?
XF-19
No.
and XF-82
No.
2-to-1.
No. Just do the AK range.
Yeah. Was it FS36237 for Tomcat top colours?
What colours are they in? Normal.
They're
They're not Ghost Greys, are they then?
No, the Tomcat. I think it is for the underside colour, but the top side's it's known as Tomcat Blue.
No,
it's like Tomcat Blue. It's 36237, which is the Tomcat colour. Everybody makes it. You just need to find out which one it is.
FS, whichever it is.
Yeah, the FS number, I'm pretty sure it's 36237. But yeah.
I'm surprised you've got to think about that. I'm disappointed.
I'll tell you what, I've done Tomcats for so long now. I know I did that one a while ago, but that's just light ghost grey on the top with the 237 on the top. So
yeah,
I would like to do an old-fashioned high-vis marking one, with the gold, grey and white. Do it like Wolfpack VFA1, or VF1 as it was then. Adam's just got his SU-27. Sorry.
Eddie says, would the polishing pad be any good removing canopy seam lines after sandy sticks?
As long as you've got variable speed, don't run it too high because it'll melt it. But as long as you've got slow speed, like a variable speed, yeah, they're very good for it.
Yeah, it'd be perfect. It'll be clear as glass.
Is the idea.
Barry says, 14 in Diamondbacks would be good. Oh, I've got a thing for them because I did the Tomcat, I did the F-18F in Diamondbacks, and also I did a Phantom back in the day. I had all three of them. Very nice. Canopy seam lines, honestly, I don't, as I say, it's one of those personal choice, but I think people overdo it. If you scrape clean them, there's hardly any left, and then you can just polish that little bit out. But I think people get, too heavy too quickly with sanders in there and make a load of damage, and then you're just repairing all that damage.
Well, there's things like people get nervous about doing it as well, don't they?
Let me pop on my Amazon. I'll see if I can go through my history and see what they're called and what they're asking. It'll be a while. Not that I spend too much money in here, clearly.
Rob, can you put a link to the ones that you've bought, please, mate? See what they are. Did you say that assault ship hit a Russian submarine, Rob?
There you go. That's what it was. If you put in 180 piece 1-inch sanding discs, blah, blah, blah. And it says great for all surfaces, sand, wood, paper, and everything else. I paid $11.99 for it, which is here. There it is. So. But you say, if you want the moppy one, but as I say, then if you scroll down below, you can get loads of different things. There's thousands of them in different types of different pads and finishes and, yes, sizes. You can get like 2-inch ones, 1-inch ones. Yeah. Get some in pink, get some in brown. I have to say, kudos to Edard, because the wheels have broken off, but the hubs have come out, so it's okay. So I haven't got to pin them, because you've still got literally half of them are left in there.
Oh, right, okay.
So that's a bonus.
Stroke of luck, isn't it?
Yeah, I thought I was going to have to pin these, but the hubs are still there, so perfect.
I like it when they come apart and then you realise that you never glued it in the first place.
Yeah, that would be a good one. It shows how heavy this hit, because actually I sheared off the actual bit that the prop goes on.
Wow.
The actual, the prop shaft, if you like, to the reduction gear, that's sheared off. So, yeah, but that's glued back on all right.
Yes, Barry, they would be absolutely bang on for doing Warhammer jobbies.
God, F-16 undercarriage is a bit of a fiddle, isn't it?
No problem. Yeah. Declan's going slow.
Mm-hmm.
God, I hate Declan. I really do.
It was quite nice with that lank, apart from the ones on the wings, where for the trestle points underneath is in like 2, 4, 6, 7, 8 bits. So why? Why can't they just make it in one decal? No.
Exactly.
The rest of them, they're all literally in one, apart from that outer one, and it say it's in multiple bits. It's like, why do they have to do that?
Yeah, exactly. Just because they can. Right.
Barry Fred says, Matt, question. So the son-in-law... Oh, have you done that one?
It.
Oh, right.
I've done it. Yeah, I've done it, mate. Yeah. Yes, to the PM store, yeah.
Yes.
He might want more gearish colours than what we do, actually, because we just do the military ones. There is the other line that sort of mirrors the model colour line from Vallejo, which might be more up his Strasser, sort of wargaming stuff. So it's not a line we stop, but I would say Gen 3s will do the job. They're lovely for brush painting. I really like them. They're nice. My Vallejos in front of me have kind of gone. I'm replacing them with Gen 3s. So. Yeah.
About 50 years time
then. Yeah.
You know what? Some of them are getting there, but there's a lot that you use once in a Seem to have a lot of greens, browns, blues, and greys.
A couple in here. Oh, we're moving. Let me just. Where are we? Are you guys doing a show your work on Instagram like the last live show? Yes, but I haven't got it set up this morning. But this afternoon I will do. So just do the old hashtag or at or whatever way you do it with Instagram official flooring models. Hashtag. And then we'll be able to show you our work. I haven't got it set up this morning, but I'll get it set up for this afternoon. Argento says, good morning from Germany. Wanted to ask, what stuff do you use in 2022 for dipping your canopies? What is that? Jelly baby? For dipping canopies, good old Pledge. Looks like glass, deluxe materials, or Goozy agent. I was disappointed with that. Goozy agent, I think, is very, very thin. I think that's better as a quick gloss coat over your model. Works great for that. As I say, dipping canopies, and somebody else pointed underneath, it's great for doing on older kits. Modern kits, you don't have to worry about it. But if you are going to be dipping, obviously you can get a newer flavour. Oh, no one speak. Ugh.
What you broke?
Hold on, I pulled my cable out. We'll get a big echo. There we go, try again. It's behind me because we got asked this the other day. You want this? This is the new version of it. Pledge Floor Care Finish. 2 times more shiny. That still works absolutely great. That's the new name for it. This week's name anyway. Well, I think so. Mind you, I've had this a while. They might have changed it again by now. They do exactly the same, but in brown, which is the UK version. But for any other parts of the world, it seems to be like that. But again, that works. Or any type of gloss you can dip. But normally I actually polish out now rather than dip. I don't know about you guys. You still dip or are you more polishy types?
I haven't dipped a canopy in ages.
No, I haven't either, actually.
I can't remember last time I dipped a canopy. If I've ever dipped a canopy.
I have done in the past, but like you said, it's all right.
It used to be when they were dodgy old canopies, wasn't it?
Yeah, yeah. I would say modern canopies are a lot clearer now, aren't they? So.
Right, let me just pop back and check my references. I can't remember how many aerials went on this Hellcat now. Where did we build it? Where's the Hellcat? There it is. Beginning of last year. Wow. Oh yeah, the decals fell apart. How could we forget? There we go.
Just like what I'm struggling with at the minute.
Where is it? Come on. Oh, I see. So the cable just goes from the front and goes down. That'll be it then. Right, fair enough. How do you even grab this? So my wiring that I use for all my aerials is knitting and elastic. So the great thing is it's a little bit flexible always. So you can just literally, or hopefully, grab it and it still holds its shape and elasticity and everything else that goes with it.
Guess what? I'm getting whatever was on my jelly baby, whatever they cover it in, all over my model.
Oh, you got the icing sugar.
Yeah, it's all over my little.
Was it a Bassett's?
Actually, no. It's a Lidl's own one, but they're really nice. It tastes like Bassett ones. Stick him in my little rabbit.
What?
I'll show you in a minute. Hold on.
I'm wondering as well.
I'll show you. Let me just do this deco for it. Oh, just
I'm quite sure I want to know.
You've got to eat jelly babies out of a rabbit. The future.
Thomas says here, the only difference between the Rosie the Riveter and the Izzy ones is the rubber on the handle coating. I didn't think the company who made the wheels was around anymore. Are they the same wheels?
Yeah.
That's the question, I suppose. Again, we'll try these other ones, and then obviously we'll do a side-by-side on test with Rosie the Riveter and see how they stack up to it. And then we'll go from there once they arrive. Let's say I bought them together all at once, but for some reason only half turned up, and I did chase it, and they said it went out separately. So I'm assuming the other one is stuck in Royal Mail, so I blame John.
Yeah, definitely John for that.
So it's John's fault.
Right, he'll be on afternoon to defend himself.
Can he? Can he defend himself though? That's the thing.
Probably
No
not.
defence.
Definitely.
Hang on. Okay.
Hold on. Yeah.
See, at this point, I could do with a dropper kicker.
Hey, look, a rabbit.
Oh, I see.
It had the Easter little chocolate eggs in it.
Rather rude when it was round the other way.
Now it's jelly babies, and it's then going to be exchanged when the jelly babies are gone for peanut M&Ms.
There you go. There's a tip for anyone. I bought some today. They're 25% off for a kilo, down to £6 a kilo.
Really?
On Amazon. Yeah, I bought some because obviously we have a jar, as everyone knows who comes here.
Really? I'm on it like Sonic.
Yeah, and to be honest, I went on there to buy a replacement load, and yeah, they were down to £6 for a kilo, 25% off.
Because Matt had them all that time around.
John.
Was it?
It was. Ooh, kilo party bag. Is that it?
That's the one. Yeah, £6.
Yeah, I'm on it. How many packs did you buy?
2. 2 kilos fills that jar perfectly, to be honest.
Wow.
Only £12, isn't it?
Private sweet shop.
It's got to be done, isn't it? Very Moorish. Right, that's the Hellcat put back together. 3 down, 2 to go. Right, okay, let me just catch up in here. Oh, where were we?
Done, dusted.
What tracks is Andy doing?
It's the tracks for the
Fiddly ones.
The T34.
Right.
Which are basically, you get a jig.
He says here, yeah, the Hobby Boss Chaffee tracks are a nightmare. Figure of 8 ends. So they're small and drive you mad.
Just have to...
I've got some... Now I've rebuilt my Grant tank, the mini arc kit, I've got the tracks to do at some point that I've been stalling on, and I'm not kind of looking forward to doing them, if I'm honest.
I was trying to put them all on in a loop and then sort of glue them afterwards, but they kept falling apart on me, so I'm just putting one link on at a time, letting it dry and... or semi-dry. Putting it... All right. Got to remember the back loop, not to glue it to the main bit of the track at the top, otherwise you'll never get it off the jig.
It's a good point, Andy, that is. Good thinking.
I just tell you that in the instructions, but you just get carried away, don't you, and just do it.
Plough on.
Did I just see Matt's rampant rabbit?
I wouldn't say it's rampant.
Any thoughts on attending Telford this year? We're not going because we're cheap.
No, we can't get our accommodation.
Yeah, our normal place we stay is booked, so we can't get there this year, unfortunately. So we won't be there again. Like we said, we were going to be there in a personal thing, just walking around. We weren't going to have a stand or anything else like that. Because don't forget, we got Flory Fest coming up on whatever date we agreed on. Can't remember what we said now.
John was asking actually, I thought we were doing it the 7th of October, weren't it? Somewhere.
Something like that. Yeah.
It's beginning of October.
I will check because obviously that'll be our next proper live thing, but that'll be a proper Flory Fest like we did last year. So we'll get some guests on. It'll be in the morning. It'll be in the afternoon. Saturday night we'll have a quiz and a bit of a drink and all the rest of it and a chat. And then we'll be back on Sunday right the way through. So, yes.
10th of October is a Friday, so.
Right.
It's been the 8th. I think it revolved.
It's 8th and 9th then.
Whenever Tams was working.
Ooh, turkey shoot. When's turkey shoot this year?
Well, that's usually end of November, isn't it? So that'll be after.
Yeah, I don't know what the dates are for Thanksgiving for them. What's Thanksgiving date? Flory Fest auction. We'll have to see.
It's not a bad idea, actually.
What?
Auctioning some kits off.
Got no left to auction. Last Thursday in November. What date's that though?
I can sell someone an auction off for £500.
Bargain.
We'll be by then.
24th, Phil.
Is it?
Yes.
What, 24th of November, is it?
Get your turkeys ready.
Turkey shoot ready.
You were talking about bank holidays, David. That would class as a bank holiday in the UK.
Yes, it would.
Yes.
Public holiday, isn't it?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Put that on my calendar before I forget. 24th.
Can we get that as a go Japanese livery patching? Probably not. I really struggle with that go Adam to be. Oh my god, what's that? Somebody's just put a picture up.
Yeah, Krista's doing something with tracks as well in a microscopic scale.
That's a Rebel 176 scale.
Cromwell. No, Churchill, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's like
What's the weight for?
Yeah, what's the weight in it for? Is it a bit windy where you live?
The tail sitter.
Tail sitter.
Yeah.
And I'm complaining about my trucks. They look proper rough, don't they?
Oh.
That's Avery Bridge there. Oh, right. So you got the bridge. Got you. Makes sense.
Yes. Does it? Because it will tip up because of the thing of the bridge. Yeah, I'm with you.
Yeah, and any sort of holiday where it's a national sort of like everybody has a time off together, apart from unless you have jobs that don't let you, like if you
yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah.
Work for the post office.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, there's a lot to be said with these kits because if you can see it if I go full screen. Look, we still got the locating tabs are still on this.
Shows how crappy super glue is, doesn't it?
Well, no, it just shows how good it is. So that makes that easier as well. I thought this was going to be a nightmare, but actually it's a bit like a click fit all back together, really. If I can think of where they go. If I can see the L's. So, yeah, we're doing all right here. It's cake.
There you go.
I really thought this was going to be, we're going to have to pin. We are with the helicopter. Save that for this afternoon because that's going to need a bit more work. But no, we're doing all right here. It's just the angles and things. 4 candles.
How you got on, Nath?
I've managed to. Obviously, spent a long time getting the wash off. Now I'm starting to put like undercarriage and fuel tanks on. Really, just knock that one off. I think this afternoon I might build some weapons up for it, but building as much as I can, whack a flat coat over it all.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the Revell F16 in 72 is a lovely little thing.
Nearly as nice as my Esky one.
It's a bit more complicated than the Esky one. The undercarriage is a tricky little thing. Yeah, it's good. It's a lovely little kit.
Right, so this here is the pitot under here. I thought this was something off of the MiG, but it turns out it's under here.
Is it now lunchtime in the UK? Do you know?
Are we getting the released AK kits in? We talked about the Jeeps, not the Jeeps, the Toyota Land Cruiser, don't we?
Land Cruiser. Yeah, they're in next week. They're on their way. The other kits are just Dragon Reboxes. So
yeah.
But that sort of technical and the other one is doing next week. Quite interesting to see that because it's their own kit, isn't it?
Oh.
Lynn's going to go back to sleep, I think. Oh, 4 in the morning. Yeah, get a few more hours in.
You can get a couple of hours, Lynn, and then we'll be back.
I'm going to say a couple of hours, yeah, we'll be back.
A power nap.
Have a quick splash around the PM store, Phil, before we go.
Oh, look, trying to advertise that. Right, okay. Where are we? Right, okay, so we've got obviously the big 25% sale of all the Shall I refresh in case we've sold out of stuff? Hold on.
Yeah, we have. There's some. Yeah, you got to refresh that.
Better refresh. So there we go.
Been deleting what's sold.
Oh, right, okay. So, this is all...
And delete that MiG-21 quick.
Get rid of that quick. So, yes. Very nice. You can see lots of their stuff. All 25% off. Grab it.
I'll tell you what, stop. I can vouch for that SU-85.
What, this one?
Yeah. Apart from me knackering the tracks up from my own fault, that's a cracking kit. I was looking at it the other day because I haven't finished it yet, and I might dig it out as a shell for Doomer and get it done because it's actually a really good kit.
Fair enough.
Yeah, just don't put any enamels on the tracks because I should know better, and that's what I did, and they all fell to bits, but they actually fit together brilliantly. So
same tracks as these, aren't they? I'm doing
yeah.
Very nice. So there you go. If you want to grab one of those, that is there. Just £20, really, or £19.50 even. As I say, 25% of all these kits. They're all brand new. So pocket money price. Yeah, we've got some big stuff as well. So we say we've got the big 35th scale Hind, and we've got the A10. Can vouch for both of those. I built both of those. We've got the smaller 48th scale Hind, 32nd 109. So that one sold out, Andy. Quick, get rid of that one. We've got the MiG, which I was just working on this one here in one of the boxes. I think it's this one, although I did the thingy one. The Edard Rebox, but it's that kit. Very nice indeed. I've done that MiG as well. That's my MiG-21 that I did in flight. So yes, all these other ones as well. So we've got other nice trumpeter ones down in here. We've got a little bit of trumpeter armour as well. All of these. You did that one, wasn't it? The Gaz one? The Grad?
Yeah, I did the other version of it, but that's really detailed kit. It's I've actually done my final reveal photos at long last. You know, when I put up the Lancaster, I've done a load of them, and I didn't want to just spam the forum, so I'm gonna put them up at some point in the future. But yeah, I've actually done a load of. But yeah, I quite enjoy that. It's got an engine, full engine, and it's good, really good kit. I tell you what, I do fancy building out of the trumpeter lot is the AS90. It's not that expensive, to be honest, and I don't know anybody else who does one. I don't know if Accurate Armour did one. Go down a bit. There, look. Yeah,
I built that when it very first got released. I've got photos of it back in the day. That'll be 20-odd years ago now, I think. Must have been 20 years ago now.
And I tell you what, the KV next to it, I haven't built the big one. I've built the KV1.
Yeah.
But they're really nice kits. They're absolutely, really... not simple to build, not many parts, but it's really nicely engineered, so I can recommend that.
Yeah, we've got some African freedom fighters and we've got some private military contractors, also known as freedom fighters, so take your pick.
We call them mercs.
Well, yeah, I know you're not allowed to use that term anymore.
Why?
It's a PMC, private military contractors. Yes, because they're professionals. Merc sounds a bit like, what was that one? Wild Geese, whatever it was called.
Well, they were professionals, weren't they?
Well, yes, this is it, you see. But yeah, they don't do that anymore. There's that one that I built. I built this one. Great kit as well. So if you want to do that one, that's that one I was just doing a quick repair job on. Yeah. Beautiful stuff. And all the other bits and pieces you can see down here. Got some really nice stuff down in here as well. And as I say, lots of new stuff as well. various things. So if you want to grab yourself a bargain, 25% off. They're all brand new. Oh, another one there we need to remove, Andy. So yes.
If I've just been through them all. If you refresh it, they should all be.
So there we go. We've got all of those down in there. We've also got the other specials area, which has got various discounts on as well. And so yes. So is this the correct one now? This one?
Yeah.
Right. So there we go. No.
You need to refresh.
Oh, dear. There it is.
Yeah, that's the correct one.
That's correct one. Sorry. So there's that one
confusion.
as well. Pink Porsche, very nice as well. And obviously we've got some of the Edard sets as well. Very nice indeed. We've got the last of those MiG-31s. We've got the new Bandai one.
Everybody needs an Airwolf.
Airwolf, can't go wrong with an Airwolf. I'll get mine out later. That's easy to get to. I get it out almost every week, it seems. Very nice as well. We've got some Tamiya bits and pieces all down in here. As I say, usual stuff, various discounts. We've got the damaged boxes and some of these maybe a review samples, things like that down in there as well. So usual bits down in there. Some really, really nice stuff. We've also got 10% off all kits. So we've got all the manufacturers down in here as well. So any kit you see down in here, and then obviously it will be added. The discount for those gets added at the checkout, but obviously it doesn't go on top of 25% off section and things like that. All right. Also, the Flory Models products, they are in here as well for what we've got left. And again, I've got some slightly different ones over on the Flory Models site, which I've now lost because I was clicking around other things. Where is it? I've lost me now. I've lost me. Hold on, quick. Will just pop into me because I've lost myself. There we go. So we say this is the last of the Flory Model Sanders. What you see is what you get. That's the lot all gone. And then obviously we got 10% off of everything down in here. So we got it on the washes and obviously off all the pigment sets as well. And you say you want to support, we've got our aprons, we've got our t-shirts, we've got the polo shirts, and obviously this is the mouse mat which comes with the sticker set and all the gift cards and everything else with it as well. So very nice indeed. So if you want to grab any of those, you can get yourselves from there. Cool
Lovely.
job. Very nice. And how have you lot been getting on? Andy, show us your wares.
Well, I've been doing these mid tracks. Slowly.
Is that it?
Tell you what though, thinking of that, you know that SU85 and obviously that Andy's doing, you do get the track jig as well. And that's a really nice touch. Oh, shut up phone.
Just to answer a quick question here to somebody's asking about, is the Airwolf an old mould? No, it's a new one. It's the Ashima one. It's been around now for about 10, 15 years, but I've built it. It's really, really nice. Highly detailed. It's the best Airwolf kit there is out there. Really, really, it's got all the riveting. It's got everything on it.
Good kit. Really nice kit.
Good kit. So, yes. And Nathan? Oh, look at that. Looking very nice.
Yeah, so
that's smart.
Flory wash has come off.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, it's just sat on paint pots. I've just sort of put most of the undercarriages in. And then it's the WEP. I think this afternoon I'm going to load it up, get the tanks on, build a few missiles. It's a little bit fragile at the moment. The Danish one is kind of cleaned up, but obviously I've not done the undercarriage yet.
Ooh.
Not many days left to build, have I? That's it.
Very, very nice. Cool. And, excuse the bike, Matt, looking very nice.
So, I'm just pottering on decking slowly, but it's looking all right, actually.
How are your decals going on? They're going on all right, are they?
Yeah, apart from that one there that broke up, that sort of one. The rest of them are all right, actually. Yeah. You can tell they're old.
Yeah.
But they're not too bad. It'll be all right.
Matt, a quickie. Rob's asking, what's the best Volkswagen Golf kit, Italeri or Rebel?
Revel.
That's new one. It's a fairly new one, isn't it?
Yeah, the Revel's a new one, and the Italeri one is the old SE kit, which be a simple build. It'll be all right, but probably the better one out of the two is probably the Revel one.
And for mine, as I say, we've got the Hellcat. It's all back together. So we've got the pitot back on, we've got the prop, the gear, the bits and pieces, we've got the aerials all back on, everything else they've had a clean and all back together. Same with the classic Spitfire, because this thing is prehistoric. I don't know how long ago we built that, but it's amazing. So it's back again as well. So that one's back together. And then obviously we've got the F-35, and he's all done. And then obviously we've got that the MiG over here as well. He's all done. So this afternoon I'll have a go at trying to get the this guy together, which will need pinning and some various jobs because there's no way the gear's just gonna, all the skids are gonna fit back in that. But they've all had a clean and gone through. So yeah, good morning's work with all of those. Very good.
Yeah. Well done.
Nice. Thank you for everyone for joining us this morning. A pleasure as always. Don't forget you can get yourself some deals. Have a look around the site. Don't forget, if you're not a member of Flory Models, if you go onto our proper site here, you've got loads of free stuff you can watch as well. The tutorial section, which seems to get overlooked by a lot of people, don't realise this is free. But we've got full tutorials and they're all free to watch. So we've got the ones on doing the Spitfires, bite-sized sections. So it goes from everything from planning your build right the way through, doing all of those. Also, we've got special articles on rescribing, re-riveting, gluing, as you can see, all these different ones down in here. So pop down and have a look at all of those. Also, we've got all the big photos as well. So if you click on anything, you get the big high-res photos. So you can go through those. And again, same for different sections of this one. So we've got ones on airbrushing. So this one's down in here as well. Oh, it's got lots of things to load in. So we've got some of our specials we've done on airbrushing, and then obviously we've got the tutorial sections down in here as well, which again shows you in glorious detail in photos as well. So if you want to watch any of those, these are all totally free to watch just down in there. And again, it goes through right the way through to weathering and stuff like that. So you can see all the different stages right the way through. And again, step-by-steps videos of all of those. And as I say, they're all totally free to watch. We've also got other ones on airbrushing. And then we've got the quick tutorial section as well down in there. So if you want to see any of those. And also we've got the classic builds. These are all free to watch as well. Tend to be in the old format, to be honest, but we've got a good selection of old classics down in there. So if you want to see any of those, and if you want to see what we're up to with the video builds, obviously as non-members you can't see the actual build, but obviously you can keep a look out of it. And obviously we've got the photo sections, which again are all in glorious Technicolor, and you can go full screen with them all once you load through, and you can see all of them. It's
worth being a member just to see the Voodoo build.
Well, yes, it's a good build. We enjoyed that one. We like doing the Voodoo. So yes, there it is as well. Classic old kits as well as the new stuff. They're all down in there as well. And of course, you get access to the forum and the chat room and all the other bits and pieces as well. So if you want to get involved with anything like that, you can do.
Yep. Cool.
Good stuff. Right, okie dokie. We will call it quits for just a couple of hours whilst we have a comfort break. Matt has some more jelly babies.
Well, I'm now going to swap them out for me and M&M's when they turn up.
Oh, right, okay. Have your M&M's.
They're coming today?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got them on a same day service. But yes. So anyway, we will be back with you live at 2:00. So if you want to join in with us, obviously this player will shut down, and then obviously you can watch it as a recording, and then the new one will start at 2:00, and we'll be back with you there. All right, guys. So if we're all done, we will call it right there. Hold on, it'll be sound clips for outros. Right there, guys. We will call it right there. Thank you very much for joining us. We will see you at 2:00. See you. Goodbye, boys. We're out of here.
Bye. Bye.